Now that we are done tying a knot on the end of our needle, make sure it's even, by the way. So you'll hold your needle with one hand and oops, get back over here and hold the tail knotted end and just kind of pull it so that it's even. Okay, so you're gonna have your letter, and we always start on the back. So you don't actually wanna see the letter. That's the back side, right, where there's no letter. And we're going to start on one of the corners of the letter. So you'll have to find it, just like poking through. So if you end up poking over here, that's not right. Take it out, try again. Nope, try again. Getting there, not quite. And yes, it might take a little work. So you start from the bottom, pull, 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 until that knot stops you. Now if you flip it over, the knot looks a little funny. I'll just pull on that, there we go. And voila, the knot stops you. Can't go any farther. All right, now I went up from the bottom, now I go into the front. So we always start up from the bottom and then we go into the front. So I'm gonna skip over just a little bit. I went from here and I'm gonna skip over to about there. Push it in. Pull, 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 until, if there's a little loop there, it means your yarn's not even and you just have to pull on one of these. So you have to pull on this one or this one to make it, there we go, to make it even. So that's your first stitch. Good job. Okay, so we go up from the bottom now. We always alternate. Up from the bottom, down from the top. Up from the bottom, down from the top. So let's see. Oops, nope, that's not right. I could start right next to it, like right there. But I want to leave some space for a second color. So as you can see, I'm popping up a little spaced apart for a second color. Pull, 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 pull until you are stopped. Double check. Oops, a little bit of slack. So I have to pull on one of these. There we go, to get rid of that slack, all gone. Okay, we just went up from the bottom, so now we go down from the top. So this time I'm gonna go leave a little space to make another stitch. Pull, 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 pull. Let me keep that on the screen. Durr. Pull, 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 and stop. Oopsies, a little bit of slack. That means I just have to pull on one of these. There we go, to fix it. Okay, that's stitch number one. Stitch number two, I just went down from the top, so now I go up from the bottom. And I'm gonna leave some space for my other color, so I'm gonna stitch a little farther away. Why don't I stitch right at that end of the E? Pull, 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 double check. Ooh, lots of slack. I have to pull on one of these. There we go, until it's fixed. Okay, I just went up from the bottom, down from the top. So I'm gonna go in and pull. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Artists, if this ever happens to you where it's wrapping around your burlap, it means you did the wrong stitch. You need to stop what you're doing and bring it to Mrs. Eaton. Do not try to fix this on your own. Please just bring it to Mrs. Eaton. It will be a lot easier if I can just help you do this. So what this means is you just did the wrong stitch. So I'll explain really quickly. Let me pull this back out. So what just happened was my last stitch that I just did, you can see right here, I went in from the top. So it's coming out of the bottom right there. That means my next one has to go up from the bottom and I have to come back up this way. Now, instead of doing that, I went in from the top again. So I doubled up. I went in from the top right there, and I'm going in from the top again. And let me show you, that's when you'll have it wrap around, when you double up like that. So if that happens, stop, bring it to Mrs. Eaton, and I'm gonna help you. Okay, let's pretend it's the end of class and Mrs. Eaton says, everybody stop what you're doing. Let's say you are right about here. I want you to end to make a knot on the back. The knots always go to the back. So if you are up on the top of the project like I am right now, how this yarn is coming through the letter E, you can see it. I got to go back in from the top one more time, make my last stitch because class is ending. Okay, so now I can flip it over. And what I'm going to do is real simple. I'm going to cut so that I have enough length to tie a knot. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to tie 2 knots. These are different than the other ones that you've learned. These are the ones that you make when you tie your shoe. So that's 1 knot, and do the same thing again. No bow. No bow. 2 knots. And I pull hard so that it stays put. And that extra tail can get cut off. Get it out of the way. And that's how we will pause if class ends.